Don't stop.
Hi, thanks for joining me on the Everything and Anything and a Big Gay podcast. I am Zach Randles-Friedman, the host of the show, and I am going to tell you about my amazing, funny, hysterical guest that I'm so happy I finally got on my show. But before I do, I'm going to tell you about my trip that I just got back from. I went to go see my mother. She was turning 76, and I wanted to go see her for her birthday and take her out to a birthday dinner with the family and stuff, and we did all that, but getting to her house is quite a trip. So this is what I am going to kind of just bitch about today. My little bit of I'm going to air out a little, I'm going to vent a little bit today. So to get to my mom's house, you fly out of Boston, you fly into Nashville, Tennessee, which is, a majorish airport, not huge, but it's a good size airport, and fly in there, and then once you get there, I have to rent a car, and then it's a 2.5 hour normal drive. But not this time. This time, we have lots of construction between my mom's house and the Nashville airport. And so instead of a 2.5 hour drive, it ended up being about a 3.5 hour drive, because they have decided it's summer there, and they're going to tear up one side of the highway completely. And as I'm driving in 3 different spots between Nashville and my mom's house, they have completely ripped up the other side of the road, where there's not even like old road there. It's just like dirt. And so they're redoing the whole thing. I don't know what happened to the old road where they couldn't just repave it or fix it. But nope, they have completely ripped it apart. And so one side of the highway has one lane going one way and one lane going the other way. And this is a major highway. This is like where truckers are going, between Wisconsin, Chicago, I guess going south or west. Is it west? Yeah, it would be west. No, north and south. I don't know. It's north. So whatever the fuck it is, this is a major highway, and I was just sitting there in traffic, and I'm just like, this is insane. Like, it took me 2.5 hours to fly there, got to the airport, 2 hours early because I need to get there early. And then I'm sitting in this traffic. Get to my mom's house, have my week there with my mom, my family, see my brother, all good. We have a great time. And then I realized, like a day before, like I need to leave probably really early, because going back when I was driving there, the traffic going from my mom's house back to Nashville was backed up for miles and miles on the other side. So I'm like, I cannot miss this flight. I got to get home. I've been away from home for 4 days. I need my own bed. I don't want to be stuck in Nashville. I just want to be home. So I had to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. And with my new schedule of doing podcasts and not working a corporate job, I can sleep into 9:30, 10 o'clock every day. And that's what I do. I take advantage of every second of sleeping in. But I had to wake up at 5:30, took a shower, got in the car, and drove. And you know what? No traffic. Not one, no slowdowns at all. Not even when I got to Nashville. Maybe it was like slowing down for like a minute because of just regular morning rush hour traffic. But nope, got to the airport in 2 hours and 20 minutes. And so got to the airport way too early. So luckily I went to the Delta Sky Lounge. I'm sitting there. Everything's good. I'm thinking I just have my AirPods in. I'm listening to a podcast or music or something. What time was it then? It was probably 8:30 in the morning, I guess. My flight wasn't till a few hours later. And this couple comes in with this baby. And I understand that babies cry, and I get it. Like, there's nothing you can do. But they had the baby in the stroller, and they were just ignoring the baby. Weren't trying to like feed it, weren't trying to play with it, just ignoring it. And I'm like, do you not hear your baby crying? I wanted to ask them, because they wanted to go up to the bar or the food and get themselves some free breakfast and stuff, and wanted to watch the baby, but the other one would come back with food, the other one would go. Nobody's paying any attention to this. These parents are just pretending that baby is not crying, like they don't hear it. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to get up and I'm going to move. So I get up, and move to another part of the lounge so I don't have to hear this crying baby cry for its life and beg for attention from his parents, because the baby must have needs a diaper change or needs food. The baby needs something, but these parents don't care. And they didn't have any other kids with them, so I'm assuming this is their first child, and they were pretty young. Or maybe who knows, maybe this wasn't even their child. Maybe they stole the child and they're just like, I don't know what was happening there. But they clearly did not care about this child, or else they would have picked it up. Or they were so over this brat crying that they decided they were just going to pretend that they didn't hear it. Anyway, I get up and I move over to another part of the lounge where I don't hear the baby. And I sit down, and there's nobody sitting next to me. There's lots of empty spaces around me. And this old man comes in to the lounge. I don't know, maybe he was early 70s. Has to sit right next to me. Not like a couple seats down, right next to me. And there's nobody else around us at all. Sits next to me, decide he's going to make a phone call on speaker, and turns it up because he can't hear well, I guess. Turns it up, is having a full conversation. I have my noise-canceling AirPods in, can still hear everything he's saying. I'm like, all right, well, let's get up and maybe we should move again. And I'm like, I'm here. Maybe he'll just hang up the phone. I wait another 5 minutes. I'm on my computer listening to a podcast or listening to some music and sitting there trying to upload podcasts or do some work, whatever I was doing. And I can't concentrate anymore because he is talking to his family about what he's going to do once he gets there, because he was from Tennessee and he's going somewhere else to see family, and he has to talk about every detail about it. I pack up my computer, put it in my backpack, take my little suitcase. We move over to another spot where there's nobody there. Come in, I sit down there, I start doing work. I'm away from the crying baby. I'm away from the old man, talking to his family about all his business. I'm good, but nope. This Southern Belle had a walk-in with her husband, who she's mad at, and sits down, a seat away at least this time. She wasn't right on top of me, but they sit down and they are arguing. She is not happy that he was rushing her all morning to get her to the airport in time. And I don't know if their flight was delayed or something, whatever was happening, but she was very unhappy. In her Southern twang, she was just like going off on her husband, and he's just sitting there taking it, not saying a word. She's got her high hair up, and she had on her whatever her little Walmart outfit was that she had on, and she was pissed and telling her husband all about it. And I'm like, I give up. And so I just close my laptop. I'm turning up the music I'm listening to and hoping that they'll just stop talking. So they didn't stop talking. Finally, I had enough of the lounge, and I went out and I went to Chick-fil-A. I got myself a chicken biscuit that was fried food for breakfast. It was delicious, so unhealthy. But I'm like, I deserve this after dealing with the lounge. I didn't have any food in the lounge. And I had my chicken biscuit, and I went to set at my gate with everybody else. And the gate was more quiet than it was in the lounge. So I don't know what was up with the Sky Lounge in Nashville, but not for me. It was not my day at the Sky Lounge. So anyway, I made it home, landed in Boston, landed at 3 o'clock. Of course, rush hour in Boston starts at 2:30 now. It took me to go, 6 miles, which normally takes me 12 minutes to get to the airport. I was in the car in the Uber for 45. I get home. I'm texting my husband, like, can you come down the stairs and get my suitcase for me? Nope, he's taking a nap. I'm lugging my suitcase up the stairs. I get upstairs and I lay down and I sleep for 3 hours. So that was my trip to my mom's. It was a good trip. I'm glad I got to see my mom, and my brother, and my aunt, and my family and stuff. But I'm so sick of traveling. I have no desire to travel anytime soon. I have 2 more trips coming up in the next month, one for work and one personal, and I really could just sit home and do none of it. So, but we're going. I have this weekend home, then I'm away next weekend for work, home for a weekend, and then back out to the West Coast for a trip. So that's life. I'm complaining about traveling, and most people want to travel, and I don't. I just want to be home. So let's talk about my guest today because he's pretty fucking amazing. He is going to be a big comedian one day. He's on his way there now. I think he's hysterically funny. His name is Dr. Lee Phillips. He is a sex therapist. We talk about his open relationship. We talk about him and his husband. We talk about what he does in his practice. And we talk about his comedy because he is an actor first and he does comedy. And he has an upcoming comedy gig that is in New York on June 24th. I will put the details about his upcoming show in the description of this video or podcast. Go check out Dr. Lee's Instagram and TikTok because he is hysterically funny. I've had several friends send me DMs saying, get this guy on your show because he's so funny. And after some scheduling that we had to juggle around, he finally came on and he was just everything that I wanted him to be and more. So check him out. Check out his, if he's in New York, he lives locally. He does a lot of comedy shows in New York. I'm trying to get him to come to Boston. I think he's going to be headlining. He's going to be opening for headliners, and then he's going to be his own headline show at one point. I think he's going to be on Netflix or Hulu. He's going to do something big. I can feel it, and I'm never wrong about these things. So enjoy my interview with Dr. Lee. He's really amazing, and I'm so glad you get to experience him if you haven't followed him already. Thanks for listening. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me on the Everything and Anything and a Bit Gay podcast. Today, we are going gay. We are going super gay with my guest because he is hysterical. And I have been stalking him for a little while. I've been following him, stalking him, hiding outside his house that he didn't even know I was there because I've been wanting him to be my podcast for so badly because I think he's amazing. So welcome, Dr. Lee Phillips.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
So it's so funny that, so I found you obviously on Instagram or TikTok, and I've been following you for a while. And then my friends will like send me a text of people they think should be in my show. And I've got you from like 4 of my friends. So like, you got to have this guy. I'm like, we're in conversations. Just give me time. We're going to make it work. And so I'm so happy that you're here because you're so hysterically funny. Let me give a little introduction to who you are. So you are a sex therapist, right? So you have, and I think that's a unique job right there. And you're an actor and a comedian and a writer. So you kind of got all 4 of these talents coming out. So which one do you want to be the most? Like if you could pick one.
It's an actor. You know, it's my first passion. I've been acting since I was like a kid. Like I took my first acting class when I was 11. And I just have been doing it since, you know, and came to New York. And yeah, that would be the first. It's the first passion.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Chesapeake, Virginia. It is Hampton, Virginia area. It's all like military, a beach town. It's lovely, but I had to get the hell out because it just wasn't anything there for me with what I wanted to do. So I did what I needed to do. And at 18, I told my parents I was moving to New York to pursue a career in the theater. And so I left and came up here, and I've done that since. I left New York, though. I came at 18. I left right before 9/11, actually. Okay. And I, went home and got a degree, a bachelor's degree, a master's in social work. And then I went out to Arizona for a doctorate. And I thought, well, this is going to be my life. I'm going to be a therapist because I love people and relationships and human behavior. And then I did all that and moved back to the DC area because I wanted to be in a city. And that's when I met my husband. And then COVID hit. And I was like, I want to go back to New York. And he's like, let's go to New York. It's the pandemic. And we just came up here in 2021. So I left New York and I came back 20 years later.
Wow. And it's changed a lot because I moved to New York I moved to New York in 98. I was there during 9/11, left to go back to Miami where I grew up in 2004. Yeah, 2004. And then did a bunch of stops in Atlanta and Philly along the way and ended up back in New York. Then went to Switzerland, then ended back up in New York, and then ended up in Boston. So, but every time I go to New York, I go like once a month or once every couple of months. I miss it. I just don't think I could do it again just because I can't have a small place and I'm not a multi-billionaire to have a big place. So
It's very expensive and it's not that big, it's changed a lot since when I got back within, it's interesting because I moved 6 blocks from where I went to acting school.
really,
Life is a circle. I just came back
it
and
is.
it really is. And it's really nice to see that some places haven't changed. And then you see everything that has changed, like these damn skyscrapers that look like little pencils in the sky. It's
I
like,
know.
that was not there.
Yeah, exactly.
And the nightclub industry was very different in the late 90s.
I loved it then. I loved Tunnel. I love Roxy. I love all those things. And now they're all gone.
Well, all the time. I used to go to curfew.
Yes, me
All the
too.
we probably saw each other. We probably
Yes.
saw each other. Yeah, I used to love it. Loved it.
Okay, so you and your husband are in an open relationship. You call it an NENM, ethically. What's
Non-monogamous relationship. Yeah.
yes, and
Yeah, people either say like ethically non-monogamous or they'll say consensual and non-monogamous relationship. Yeah.
and we'll be right back. Okay, now back to the show. So what does that mean? What does that mean to you and him? Like, what's the definition of that for you guys?
An ethical, non-monogamous relationship is a relationship that is obviously open, where we can have more than just each other, whether that is for sex, for diversity of sex, or we want to have other romantic partners, which would probably lean more into polyamory, which is having more than one intimate partner.
Yes.
But it is ethically, meaning that we both know about it, we both agree to it, it's consensual with the partners that we have. And it only made our relationship better. And it's not for everyone, right? I mean, monogamy is beautiful and it's amazing. And I see a lot of monogamous couples in therapy, but I think that for some it puts them in a box and they want to expand on that. And so it's something that we agreed to. Like prior to the pandemic, we agreed that we wanted to open things up and explore, and we did. And it was not easy at first.
Yeah, so give me a story about what was not easy and the reason why I say that is because I had a couple that I knew. They were together for 6 years, 6.5 years. They decided to open up their relationship in June, and then we all met in Provincetown in August, as like all of us. And they told me, "Oh, we opened up a relationship." And I brought all my friends that were from New York, and one of them fucked all my friends on the trip, and the other one was not really probably wanting to be open. And they were supposed to get married in October, and they broke up in September because
Wow.
one really wanted to go out and fuck everybody and do everything, and he had lots of kinks and stuff that he wanted to explore, and the other one was really not into it, and he just said yes just to save the relationship. Is that common?
It can be common. The one thing that people don't want to do is go into an open relationship when one partner doesn't want it and the other one does. That is a recipe for disaster. It just really is because both people have to want it. And as they grow into it, that's where you may see challenges. You may, because it's new. So anything that we do, we adjust into something. So for us, I'll never forget it. We were living in DC and we were in one of our favorite French restaurants in DuPont Circle. And we were sitting there drinking red wine and eating mussels. And I looked at him and of course, I had like, I don't know how many glasses of wine. And I was like, I really love you. And, we've been together a couple years now. And I think, I just really want to explore other things. And I didn't know how you felt about it. He was like, well, I'm glad you said something because I'm interested in it too. And I was like,
Oh,
okay, so I remember the next day I actually had to go to work. I was working at a group psychotherapy practice at the time in Easter Market in DC. And I got out of work and you know what, I would always text him when I was on my way home, like, I'm on my way home. And he's like, okay. He's like, I just downloaded Scruff. And I was like, what?
so he jumped right into it.
Jumped right in. And I kind of, at first I was like, damn, I mean, he's really serious. I thought I was too. So I got this little ping of like discomfort at first. I was like, he's the one that opened this up, and here he's on an app. And I think when I got home, I went ahead and I started downloading all the different apps, right? And I'll never forget, he was the first one that had a date because I was working one night. I was in session with a client, and he was going to a restaurant in DuPont with a guy that he met on Scruff. And when I got home, he was still there at the date, and I could smell the cologne that he had put on. I saw the
Oh,
looking for his outfit. And then I went into the bathroom and I saw where he opened a thing of lube. And I was like, I just got so fucking pissed. I was like, oh
yeah.
God, what the fuck? Why did I decide to do this? Da, 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 da. You know, I was like up in arms and just really activated. And I was kind of like disappointed in myself a little bit. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then when he got home, I was like, how was your date? You know? He's like, good to see you too, bitch. You know, just kind of like, and I'm like, ah. And it turned out the guy was really boring.
Okay.
They went to this Turkish restaurant, talked, and ate, and but I had a hard time with it. I had a really, and it was shocking because I'm a therapist. I'm like, I work with people,
Yeah.
but when people go into this type of lifestyle or orientation, they realize that they experience some emotions they've never experienced before. I'd never been really been envious of things in life, but not jealous. I've
Yeah.
never been really jealous. And that's a big emotion. And it took a while to work through that. He has been so secure throughout the whole process. I was the one that had some of that anxious attachment going into it. Now I'm the slut in our relationship and he's not.
Do you think there'll be a time though in your relationship where you're like, okay, it's no longer open?
I could never close it back up.
Okay.
It's been way too much fun.
Yeah.
I like it. It's freeing. It's liberating. I find that the older we are getting, I mean, we're in our 40s, but I mean, we've been together for like 8 years now, 9 years, I think. And we are very close and we continue to grow closer. He is a relationship type of guy. He likes to really chat and get to know people. Me, I can, but if I want to get busy, I can talk to you for a day or two and then,
Yeah.
you know, we can have some fun together. I'm a little bit more, have more freedom when it comes to that. But it's interesting to see how different we are with it, which I think is fascinating.
So what is your type of guy? Is the type of guy that you're looking to meet on apps and meet out, is it completely different than your husband?
A lot of the men look like my husband. My husband looks like a teddy bear. He's bald, he's bearded, you know,
Yeah.
big guy, played football in high school. And I consider myself a queer femme. So most of the men that I have that or have a liking towards me are masculine. Some of them are not completely out, or, you know, they may be bisexual, straight, or they're curious.
Yeah.
So if I go on Grinder, my hat goes off like crazy. It's like that little noise just hits like crazy. If I go on Scruff, it's like crickets.
Oh,
I,
really? Oh,
he's bald, he's bearded. Like if you were to go to Bear Week at Provincetown or go to the Eagle in New York, he would get eaten up alive. And if I went to Bear Week with him, I'd be eating a fucking like lobster sandwich in a corner or something.
so
Because
I've gone to Bear Week by accident to Provincetown, and
yeah,
we went, me and my friends, and we went, and as we were driving into town, there were a bunch of bears in the car driving in, and we're like, being gay and saying, "Hey," and then I'm like, "Oh, there's some bears coming to town," and we got there, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's Bear Week." We're like, "Fuck!" Like I'm the opposite of a bear, and I'm not attracted to bears necessarily. But let me
yeah,
tell you, we had the best time with those bears.
it's so
But they,
fun. Yeah.
but they were at the Crown and Anchor pool or boat slip pool or one of those, and it started getting a little too much in that pool, and I'm like, "Yep, I'm out. I'm not into this at all." So
Yeah,
those
it gets wild, you know. But it's just interesting to be in this type of dynamic with him to see the different men that we attract. We also have been with other couples before. It's been a while. I mean, we met a great couple before COVID hit. Met them out one night. We took them home that night. We hung out with them the next day. They made brunch for us. We were with them
oh
all day, and then all of a sudden we were talking, hanging out. I'll never forget. It was the Chinese New Year because they lived in Chinatown in DC, and then the pandemic hit, and it was like it was so sad. We connected so well with them. The chemistry
yeah,
was there. They were like a little older than us. and we had so much fun. And then the pandemic hit, and then there was one day where they came back to DC. They left DC for a while, and they came back, and we met them at the mall in DC, and we were doing the social distancing. And it was weird because they were 6 feet from us, and we were 6 feet from them, and we brought some wine and something to snack on. And oh my gosh, it was hard because we had been with them like
Yeah.
a few times, and it was like, oh, this really does stink, because none of us knew what the pandemic really was and what it would
Yeah.
do. This is before vaccinations. So it was like, man, so that's the only time we really gelled with another couple. So we don't take that off the table, but we kind of do our own thing a little bit.
Yeah.
And it works for us. And a lot of people, I find that some gay men, they're accepting of it, but I got to tell you something. I get a lot of shit from some gay men about it.
Okay, so I'll tell you that all of my friends, but one couple, are all in open relationships. Or if they're dating someone, they're open relationships. Well, I should say now I have two. Well, I have one friend that says he's not. I think half of the couple is in it and he's in it, but the other one doesn't know about it. This is my guess. And I've been in a relationship with my husband for 27 and a half years.
Wow.
So we talked about being in an open relationship or having a three-way or something, like when we first met in 1998. And I was too jealous because we would go out to a bar in New York. He's 6'3", he's hot, and guys would come up to him and talk to him. And I was this little skinny twink that just moved from Miami. And I'm like, they'd come up, and this one guy, I remember, he came up to my husband and said, "Oh, are you a cop?" And he's like, "No, I'm not a cop. Like I studied law." "Oh, you look like a cop. Like I can imagine you in a cop uniform." I'm like, "Nope, he's not a cop." And then the guy just kept going. I'm like, "He's with me. We're together." And I almost wanted to fight the fucking guy in the club, or bar, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I knew I'd be too jealous. Like he'd go out and.
I think that can be disrespectful. I think that's why I think that monogamy is also beautiful. I see a lot of monogamous queer couples in therapy, and to watch their relationship grow, I feel like it works for so many people. And I think it can be rude if you're out with your husband and someone just comes up and acts inappropriate. It's like, okay, you're married. And I think a lot of times, because it is so common in our community, that people assume that you're swingers or you're open, and not everyone is. And there's a lot of gay men out there that are trying to find love and they want monogamy. And I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I just get a lot of shit for it because I'm in a beautiful marriage and I have my cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
And I have fun with that. And I think that can be respected too. I think whatever fills up your love cup, that's what I say, whatever you love, and that's true to you, and I think monogamy and non-monogamy are both beautiful, and they can both be difficult to navigate.
Oh yeah, and that's how I feel now. Like if it's not hurting anybody and the other person knows, go for it. Do whatever makes you happy. As long as it's not hurting anybody.
Same way, and and I think some gay men, they do maybe get up in arms about it a little bit because they're searching. They're having a hard time dating sometimes. And I think whether you're in a small area where you're living or in a bigger city, it's tough too. Especially like New York. I mean, New York is so big and everyone's plugged in. You can actually get quite lonely here.
Yeah. I mean, so I have one of my best friends lives in New York, and he was getting ghosted on these apps. Like he would talk to somebody for 3 weeks and then get ghosted. Or he would meet them and they're like, "Yes, I think I'm falling in love with you." And then he's like, "Oh my God, I think I found the one." And then like this happened to him twice. The guy's like, "I don't think I'm ready right now."
Yeah.
And he's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right.
So he's talking to this guy. We just went to Provincetown together for Memorial Day weekend. We went on Baby Dyke weekend. Like we had a great time with the dykes and the lesbians. And I met him again for the second time, and I'm like, I hope it works. And they're hanging out every day. They live in the same building.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please let this work out because I like this guy. He's normal. He's an architect. He's got a decent job. Like he's perfect for my friend. They're both talking about, yes, we would have an open relationship. So they're on the same page.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, let this one be it. Let this be it. So
yeah. It's really important for some men to be in one. I mean, there's like what we call like solo polyamorous people out there where they're single, but they know that if they are going to be in a relationship, they're going to want it to be open because it's just who they are. And that's because they have a big sexual appetite, or they have a lot of love to give, and they just want to have more than one
Yeah.
partner.
I mean, I have my list. We have a list of people that I'm allowed to have sex with. So Jacob Elordi is one. If if he ever comes, like I'm allowed to have sex with him. Justin Timberlake was on my list, but I don't know. He may be off of it now. But I, I have a few people that I'm allowed to have sex with.
Yeah,
Like his was Leo DiCaprio, but he's probably aged out at this point. So I don't know.
yeah, a little aged out by this point. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we'll be right back. Okay, and now back to the show. Okay, so I have to ask you, how did you discover you were so fucking funny? And like, how do you write out these things, or do you have an idea and you're like, okay, I'm gonna have some bullet points? Because
Yeah.
you are so on. You are so on every single video.
What I do is as an actor, well, just as an artist, that's actually what I consider myself. You know, I was telling someone earlier that I was talking to that you've got Dr. Lee as this big circle, and in that circle, there's a therapist, there's a comedian, and there's an actor, but Dr. Lee is an artist. I consider myself to be an artist, and I have been all my life, and I'm getting back in touch with that more just the last 2 years. I wasn't always a comedian. And what I discovered was, since I was in an open relationship and I study human behavior, I was like, I need to start making content about my life.
Yeah.
So people can be more relatable. So I can be relatable to people. They can be relatable to me. So I started going out on dates and not having the best experience in taking some of the content and turning it into comedy. And I developed this persona along the way. It's this bitchy gay man that will go into a restaurant or go into a flower shop or a coffee house and end up getting into a fight with people because someone pisses him off and his nervous system gets dysregulated, which does happen to a lot of people that I see in therapy. So it's like I'm embodying clients at times. I'm taking these stories and I'm creating something. And so what I do is when I experience it, I come home and I start writing, because I'm also a writer. And so I will write the joke or the bit, and then I memorize it, and then I talk it to the phone. And sometimes I will do some improvisation. Some of it is off the cuff. Like if my social media manager is like, I need 3 videos from you. I'm like, shit, I've been so busy seeing clients or doing other things. Let me just go outside and just hit something. Let me think about a session the other day that meant something to me, or an experience that I had. And that's why I put a disclaimer that my content as a comedian and actor has nothing to do with my clinical practice. Everything is confidential with my clients. I don't talk about my clients and my comedy. I talk about myself and how I can be a hot fucking mess at times, and how dating is a hot fucking mess, and how I get into a fight with people in public, which those fights, I mean, a lot of times that does happen. They get nasty with me and I say something back and I'm like, let me turn this up a notch and make a story into it. And all of a sudden, one reel went viral. I cursed out this lady in a coffee shop, and I recorded it and I sent it to my social media manager. And a couple weeks later, he hadn't posted it yet. And I said, do we still have the coffee reel from where I cussed out this lady in a St. Ambrose on Park Avenue? And he was like, I think it's in the queue. And I said, can we post that? Because I really enjoyed that one. And he did. And it went viral. It got like 1.3 million.
Wow.
And it got put in Queerty. Like these publications got a hold of it. And one of my friends, she actually sent me a message over Instagram. She's like, I don't know if you know this, but your reel went viral. I was like, wow. Like all these A-list celebrities liked it. And I'm talking like Sarah Jessica Parker, just all these big people liked it. And I couldn't believe it. I thought it was funny, but it turned out it got a lot of following. And, you know, that's like started this whole realm of comedy for me. It was that reel where I was like, I think I'm onto something here. And I'm having so much fun because comedy disarms people.
Yeah.
Therapy allows you to reflect. So it's kind of like I'm out there doing the things that people may struggle with, and I'm trying to add something a little clinical to it that it can resonate with people. So that's really where a lot of this came from. Yeah.
And are you getting recognized on the street yet?
Yes. Yeah.
How is that?
That was interesting. So the other day I was at a restaurant with my husband. We were eating mussels and red wine again.
Okay.
He's a big French food fan. I'm not. I like some of it, but I do like this one place by our apartment. So the waiter comes over and he's like, "Hey," and he introduces himself, and he leaves, and he comes back and he's like, "I've seen you on Instagram. You cussed out a lady in a coffee shop." I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. And then there was another guy in the gym in the locker room. It was so funny. He was like walking by and he goes, "Are you going to cuss me out? You're the petty with a purpose guy." And I was like, oh, geez. So it's been wild. Yeah. Yeah. A couple people.
I mean, I think you're just going to grow. I think you're going to. I think you're going to. This is going to happen more and more to you because you and if I don't think somebody's funny, I would not tell you. If I thought you were not funny, I wouldn't have been stalking you to get you on my show. I do have a question about kind of monogamous relationships versus non-monogamy.
Yeah.
Do you think that more people are becoming more open than they were even 10 years ago, and people talking about it more?
They are talking about it more. I think it's become normalized. I think people are curious about it. I think people love being with someone, but they feel like something could help them. So there is something called the intimacy desire paradox where when you've been and I'm sure you know about this, you've been with your husband for a long time. When people first get together, sometimes they have what we call eros energy, eros, the god of love, Aphrodite's son. They have this limerence where they can't get enough of each other. They may be hot and heavy with sex if they're a sexual person. And then all of a sudden they get comfortable with each other. And we call that, my mentor, Tammy Nelson, who taught me everything about sex therapy, she coined a lot of this, like the sweatpants phase, where you get comfortable with each other and sex decrease. And it's like, we don't have as much sex as we used to. And so when that point comes, you can reclaim sex with each other and bring the erotic into the bedroom. And for some of that may be opening things up a little bit to invite someone in, or you get it spicy in some other type of way. So I think people are curious about that. We all have a sexual erotic template in us. We have turn-ons and our turn-offs. Some people have never known what those are until they come into a place like sex therapy. And then we discover it and they're like, wow, I'm really into this. They may develop a fetish or a kink as time goes on. The sexuality and our turn-ons, they're very dynamic in nature. They're not static. They ebb and flow.
Yeah.
They come and they go. So people in a couple, they may discover that with each other and they're just like, let's try this. And there are a lot of people who close it back up. They realize they can't do it. They do it for a little while. I have a couple that I'm friends with, and when they go on vacation, they have guest stars come in.
Yes. I've had those couples before too. I know them.
In New York, they're not in LA, they're in like Europe or somewhere.
Yes.
And people get it on with other men because they're never going to see them again.
Yeah. And I think that straight couples are also being more open about, I mean, they were called swingers, I guess, at one point. Now I feel like that I don't have as many straight couple friends that are out, but I feel like it's more of a conversation now. Like people are saying we're open to it, maybe. Like I'm hearing that more and more.
Yeah, I'm hearing that too. And I have a lot of cisgender heterosexual couples that come into my practice and they want to work on their relationship. And they've talked a little bit about what would it look like to open up. They may swing with other couples. We actually see a high number of bisexual and heterosexual people participating in polyamory. It's rare that I will see a gay throuple or a quad of 4 gay men who are all dating each other walking around. I see openness for sexual reasons, but in the heterosexual community, I tend to see more polyamory.
Yeah, so the town that is near me in Massachusetts, it's right near Cambridge. It's called Somerville. I lived there at one point, and it is the most polyamorous city in the United States.
Isn't that fascinating?
And there's a lot of like old homes that have been turned into like 2-family homes now that used to be like one big house.
Yeah.
And it's so dense, the population of Somerville, Massachusetts. And you see, and it's a young neighborhood too. Yeah. And there's all these people walking around, and there's like this trail that you can walk through. And we would walk through there, in the spring and summer and fall. And we'd see these couples walking, like three people holding hands. I'm like, wow, there are so many, it really is a huge polyamorous.
Yeah, there's something going on in New England.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on in New England.
Role, I mean, even the latest Bravo franchise, Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
Oh,
There
yeah.
in the cast, there's a woman who was in a relationship with a man, Kelsey, and then she had this boyfriend, and now she's no longer with the man that she was living with, and I don't know if she's with this guy that she was in a
Yeah.
relationship with. But I feel like a lot of people in Rhode Island and Providence and like Newport and Cranston,
Yeah.
I think there's some swinging going on.
Oh, I definitely think so too. Being from New York, what do you hear about the gays in Boston? Because living in New York, I love the fucking gays. You can walk into any bar. You can go say, hey, you want to do shots? You'll find 10 people that would do a shot with you. You walk out, you have everybody's phone number, Instagram, whatever. You're friends with them forever. In Boston, these gays here are bitchy bitches.
In Boston, they are?
Oh, they're so cliquey and cunty.
Really?
Yes, I was doing a local series with gay people in Boston, and all the gays that I talked to that I've interviewed say the same thing. My friends that I have are not necessarily from Boston. One lived in the Berkshires, one's from the UK, one was from Miami. They're kind of, none of them are original, but a lot of people that are in Boston, like grew up in the Boston area, maybe went to college outside of Boston, but most likely didn't, stayed in Massachusetts, and then like never moved. And they're all in these cliques. And when we just went to Provincetown over Memorial Day weekend, two friends were from New York that I was with, and they said, we can tell who's from Boston and who is from New York or Chicago or anywhere, because all the Boston gays were all in a circle, didn't want anybody talking to them. All the people from Chicago, New York, LA that were there, hey, how's it going? Talking to us, having a good time. Not the Boston bitches. They were not.
So interesting. I feel like DC gays are like that too.
That's what I heard too. DC gays too.
They're very bitchy because it's a smaller community and it's like not big and it's very tight knit. I always say DC is who do you work for in DC, and New York is who do you know.
Yes.
DC is very political. It's straight laced. They're tied up. They're bitchy. They're rigid.
Yeah.
That's my experience. But damn, there are some good looking men. I've had so much fun with DC men.
Same in Boston. There's some fucking hot guys. I go out with my friends like almost every Thursday night. We do our dinner, then go out to a bar or two.
Yeah.
And there's always so many hot guys.
I've never been to Boston. I'm just telling you.
What? You would be a fucking hit here.
Oh, I'm coming. I need to come.
Please come. Please come.
You'll have to take me out.
I will take you. I will pay for your dinner and drinks all night if you come up.
I'm coming. I've never been. People are like, what? They're just like, I've never been. So now now I know someone.
Yes, you have to come up because you would be a big hit here. Like, I really think you should like just plan a weekend.
Yeah.
And come up and.
Me too. Because it's up there in the spring and summer, I bet. I bet it's gorgeous.
So, yeah, I mean, our spring and summer is nice. August is hot, but not like hot like New York. Like, you don't have the pissy smelling subways and shit like that. So,
yeah.
I'd rather be in Boston than I would in New York because I can't do New York in the summer anymore.
I know. It's really hard. It's really hard. I mean, I'm trying to get out east a little bit if I can. You know, I like to kind of get out of the city. But, yeah, I need to come to Boston. But DC gays were pretty brutal, very tight-knit because it's all about their stress. They call DC the hub for geeks.
Yeah, and I think even people in LA, the LA gays are much more friendly than Boston gays too. So that's just even though they're a little like into themselves a little too much. But I don't know.
New York gays are just kind of like, it's very diverse here. You know, you go to Hell's Kitchen and it gets gritty and it's fun. And then you go to like the West Village, and then you've got some gays that live there that are a little bit more sophisticated, kind of. So it's very different. And then the Upper East Side gays, they're really kind of, you know.
Yeah, when I first moved to New York, that's where I could afford was the Upper East Side. So I lived there. I was 2 blocks away from a bar called the Toolbox. I don't know if it's still there.
Yeah, it's still here. I haven't been to that bar, but I go to Townhouse sometimes, which is like on East 15th.
Yep, we've been to Townhouse before, and I love I love the attention that I'd get when I'd go there because it was all the older gentlemen, and I was a little,
I was a little Twinkie Twin too in 1998. I think I went there and I made out with the guy at the piano bar. I don't have a lot of memory, but I think I went home with him too. I mean, I can't really. I remember. Yeah, my husband's funny. We walk in there and he goes, "Why are we at the funeral parlor?" And I'm like.
I think my husband calls it God's waiting room. Like, it's like
It's fun though. It's the Upper East Side.
I think it's
You don't have anywhere else to go. It's like it's either here, you go downtown, or something.
yeah,
But it's New York. Because what's great about the city, I love about it, is that each neighborhood is very different,
yeah.
and that's what I love about it. You
Yeah,
know?
we would always when I lived in New York, it would be we'd go down to Boiler Room, which is still there because they have like a whole Instagram page now, and it's
Yeah,
completely different. I think I've moved locations, but it was a hole in the wall.
yeah.
We'd go to Roxy and Wonder Bar, and there was like we'd go to all these great. I loved New York in the late '90s, early 2000s. It was
Me
so
too.
fabulous.
I had a blast. I love Twilo. I love
Oh,
Tunnel.
me too, Twilo. I loved it. Yes.
Yeah, like Limelight. I used to, I mean, I miss those days. It was so much fun. You know, you can go to Curfew has a website. You can put in Curfew, Kurfew, and you'll see some of the pictures from back in the.
Really? I have to write that down.
Yeah, you have to write that down because you'll get to see just what it was like. I mean, I kept looking for myself and I couldn't find myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just so cool because Lady Bunny used to DJ there in like the '80s room, and Amanda Lepore used to go there all the time. It was so cool to like see people who are real big now, who were not like so big
I
then.
know.
Peppermint. She was going by Peppermint Gummy Bear at the time, and she worked there, and now she's Peppermint, of course. And it was just so great to see people coming up as artists and
Yeah.
there to express themselves. So it's very different now, I have to say, from
Yeah.
those days.
I've tried to get Amanda Lepore in my show because when she wrote a book years ago, biography about herself, and I wrote her a message on must have been Facebook or something, whatever it came out, whatever we were on then, and she wrote back, and I told her how amazing her story was, and now I sent her a DM saying, "Come on my podcast," and it's like no response because it's going to like the filtered messages at this point. So if you ever run into her, tell her to come on my podcast.
Yeah, of course. You know, a lot of times if they don't follow you
Yes.
and you message them, it doesn't go to, it
Yeah.
goes to a different filter. I just discovered that I clicked over there today on my IG and I have all these really nice messages from people.
So what's the weirdest or the what's the craziest DM that you've gotten? Because you must get crazy ones.
Oh my gosh, like this one guy was like, I need you to help me lose weight. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not a medical doctor. And he's like, yeah, but I want to lose it during sex.
Oh.
Teach me how to lose it. And I was just like, okay. And then what was really creepy is that he's probably, I don't know if he's going to hear this. I'm not here if he does. He like ended up being at one of my comedy shows and he like grabbed me and he's like, I've been meaning to like come see you perform and da-da-da. And I was just like, oh my God, what is he going to do to me? And I was able to get away from him. But it was just kind of, it was weird. It was odd. But people can be really friendly on comments. When I first started doing this, it was bad. I mean, people were being really nasty. Like,
Really?
yeah, like there's one reel where I talked about going to Brooklyn and I walked into this party and there were like 5 guys there and they were gonna like gang bang and I was like, I'm not into that. So I got in my car and went back to Manhattan and these guys were commenting like 5 guys, like why would they do that to you? Just like really mean comments. But now people are like friendly and I get like now the DMs that I do get are so great. Like, thank you for making me laugh today. I needed it. You're hysterical. The gay community needs this. If you're doing more stand up and I'm in the city, I want to come see you. You're so great. Just really nice messages. Like, I had someone from Iran message me and say, you know, I'm not out and everything's oppressed here in the war. And I look at your Instagram and I just laugh in this darkness. And it like, I got very emotional from that. It actually made me cry and it made me feel good because the whole purpose of this is just to really, we need to laugh.
We so do. We need to laugh really hard.
Laughter in the world. And that's the whole reason of doing this. If it gives me something great, but if it's to like touch someone so people can just like disarm themselves and laugh.
Yeah.
Great.
I don't read my comments anymore because when I do, I want to fight back, and I've been told you can't.
Yeah. And I heard do not delete the comments because it's actually good for the algorithm.
Yes, and because I have a guy that helps. So he's like an advisor to my podcast. I meet with him once a week, and he's like, "Don't delete them because the people that follow you will end up tearing that person apart." And it's happening now. And I'm like, "Yes, that's what I want."
Yep. So I stopped deleting my hate too. I'm like, oh, I'm going to keep it here.
Unless I interview somebody that's transgender and people say something really nasty, I'll delete it then, or I'll go after them because I can't allow that. But
I can't allow that either. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, but
I want to know who you would like to maybe open for or work with in the comedy world.
Oh my gosh, that's such a great question. So I love Jessie Curson, who is a comedian here in New York. She's a lesbian Jewish comedian, and she's fucking hysterical. And I aspire to be like her. I watch her, and she does a lot of crowd work, which I haven't done a lot of, but I want to eventually.
So I know her girlfriend.
You do? Oh, I love Jessie Curson. I've never seen her perform because every time I go to try to see her, she's sold out. But she's here in New York, and I do love her. I think she's funny. Her mom is a therapist, and she went to NYU to get her master's in social work, which is great because I have a master's in social work. So there's that. And then, of course, I love Mateo Lane, who's going to be in Chicago. Billy Flynn. He's going to be on Broadway. I'm a huge fan of him. He's hysterically funny.
I see him every time I go to Provincetown. He's there, and he's so fucking hot. Oh,
he's gorgeous.
Yes.
I'm like, Jesus, talk about someone that gets you wet. God.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's a beautiful man.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Okay, now back to the show. I can send. I'll talk to you off air about Jessica. Let's talk about that off air. I'll give you her girlfriend's name, and you can maybe go that way. I've tried to get her on my podcast too, and they said that she's just so booked with stuff, so it's kind of hard. But I think she eventually.
I mean, she's just blown up, and I think it's amazing because I just think she's very. I mean, watching her. It was on Hulu, I think, one of her specials. She's just come so far with her.
She has
her comedy. I mean, I think you have to work at it, and any chance you get, go to a show and perform. And a lot of people think that comedy is just getting up and mouthing off. There's an art to it, and
there is.
We write our bits. If you have a tight 5, you have 5 minutes up there, and you want to get it all in. And there are times where I can't get it all in, and I've got to try to get everything down where the punchline is going to be there, where people are going to laugh. And here's the thing. It's okay if you don't get a laugh sometimes because you're doing what you love, and it's good practice for yourself.
So has that happened where you've gone on stage and it's been zero reaction? And like, what do you do? Do you just kind of like...
It depends on the crowd. So I did an audition at the Broadway Comedy Club to get like a little residency thing or to get booked at some other clubs. And I did get booked. I did. The booking agent guy there got in touch with me and booked me at Greenwich Village Comedy Club. But at Broadway Comedy Club, the crowd was interesting. I think that there were a lot of tourists there.
Yeah.
For a couple things that I said, and some people went, and some people laughed, where we did a queer show at New York Comedy Club on the Upper West Side, and the attention, it was amazing. It's the crowd,
Yeah.
Some people don't understand gay lingo.
Yeah. I think you should come to Boston and do a show here.
Oh, I totally will. I would love to. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think you would be a hit here, like in more ways than one. Like I think I think you'd be really good here. I think you should think about that.
Yeah, I totally will come. No, I love it. I've got a show coming up this Sunday at Greenwich Village Comedy Club. It's a lab show, the Comedy Lab, where well-known comedians come into a show with up-and-coming comedians. And I'm in a queer comedy show for Pride. It's Pride Month. Happy Pride, everyone. And June 24th, I'm going to be down at the Greenwich Village Comedy Club in their queer comedy show, which I'm excited about. That's where I talk about a lot of the grinder stuff and the dating stuff that happens to me. And then maybe at this show, there will be some other things that I'll put into it. But I'm always writing. I love to write. I'm also an academic. I've got a book coming out for other sex therapists at the end of the year. It's actually one of the areas that I specialize in is sex and disability and chronic illness and sexuality. So I see people who are cancer survivors who are reclaiming their sexuality, people with autoimmune diseases.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's an academic book that's coming out. So there's this like serious clinical side of me. And then you've got this other part. And then I have another book that's hopefully coming out called Queering Desire, rethinking sex, dating, and relationships beyond straight expectation. So it's a book for queer folks. And that's going to be through a comedy lens. That's going to be...
When will that come out?
That book will probably come out, I'm hoping, probably late 2027 because I have a meeting with the editorial director in the UK. This is a
Okay.
publishing company in London that I'm getting with, and we have another meeting with them. And I want to go over to London too and do some stuff.
Yeah, I think their comedy is so different. I think you'd still be a hit there, but they're just the whole British comedy is so different.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. But to go to London and maybe promote the book some and
Yeah.
here, I think that would be great. So it's a start of a lot of things. I just love it. I'm really excited about it. I think I like performing. I think just having people come to a show and laugh. And
Yeah.
I think queer humor is just, it's fun, you know?
Is there anybody you'd want to meet? Like you said, Sarah Jessica Parker made a comment on one of your things or liked it or something. Like, is there somebody in New York like you're like, I would love to meet this person?
Who would I really love to meet? Gosh, there's just so many people that I respect in the acting world and entertainment world. I mean, you know, Madonna is my muse, and she lives right down the street.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, mine too. I loved her since I was in the 5th grade, so she's mine.
Yeah, I'm excited about this new album. I think it's going to be amazing. I think she looks amazing.
Yes.
She's always reinventing herself. She's one of the only artists that can. I mean, her story is also amazing. Just how she came here and fought like hell to get where she's at. I mean, no YouTube was out at the time. The internet. I mean, she came here with nothing and worked her way into it. It's the thing about this city is that you have to grab New York. It's not going to grab you.
Yeah. And when these people talk about her age, I just want to fucking punch them in the neck because I'm like, she looks amazing. She's fucking talented. She's been a supporter of the LGBTQ plus community since the start. Yeah. And so like, who cares if she's 66 or 67 years old? She's so talented still.
I look good like that in my late 60s.
I hope I can do half the stuff that she's doing at that age.
So. She looks amazing, and she's a great writer. I mean, she is a wonderful an amazing artist, and she's touched so many as gay folks. So yes, that would be one person. I would probably fall over if I saw her. I mean, I would probably just get a little, verklempt and, I mean, I probably wouldn't even recognize her because she's always so like covered up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Amy Schumer opened for her one of her shows in Madison Square Gardens. Wow. So maybe that's something you could do one day.
I would totally. I would love to meet Sarah Jessica Parker. I like her. I think she's amazing. I'm a huge Sex and the City fan, of course.
Yeah.
I can't really think of. I did see Anderson Cooper in the West Village. He walked by me one day, and I said hi to him. That was kind of cool.
You know what I think would be cool for you if you could get on Watch What Happens Live. I don't know if you watch that show with Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
Do Behind the Bar.
I'm hoping that's the one thing I would love to do. He has looked at my stories before, and Amy Sardis,
I love her.
He liked my reel where I got into a fight with a guy at an ice shop in the West Village.
Yeah.
She thought that was funny. I would love to be behind the bar. Maybe when one of these books comes out, of the Queering Desire book, or just if I can do enough stand up and get known, I would totally be on.
You know what we'll do? We'll tag Andy in this post when we do this interview. We'll tag him and we'll see. I had John Hill on my show, who's his co-host.
Oh, I know.
So maybe we could shoot John Hill. I'll shoot John Hill a little email saying,
"Go for it.
Show this to Andy."
I would love that. I would love to meet Andy Cohen. I think it'd be great to be on there. I'm a huge Housewives fan. I mean, I love every season. I'm catching up on Atlanta. I stopped watching Atlanta, and I'm
too.
In 7. I need to catch up. What are they like on 18 now? So I'm like,
and I'm trying to get into Rhode Island. I'm on episode 2, and I really want to get into it, but I just finished watching Summer House Reunion Part 2, and I'm like, I'm so into that right now. And
it gets better. I think Rhode Island, it got a second season. A lot of times when one of the Housewives franchises, when it starts, it can be a little slow at first, but then it gets spicy. That happened with Potomac, and
I love Potomac now.
Me too. I do too. Yeah. I'm hoping New York is going to pull through this next time.
Me too. Because
it's such a great show. Ramona Singer lives in the building next to me.
Yeah, she's my friend she does all this editorial things, and she was invited to this event at one time, and she's was at a sushi bar, like a big sushi restaurant. There's a big event that they were doing. She's like, "Do you want to come with me to this? Like, I don't want to go by myself." I'm like, "Sure, I'll come." And so I went with her, and then I walk in and like Luann and Ramona and Sonia are like all standing there
What?
posing in front of the step and repeat. And then I'm like, the housewives here. She goes, oh, I didn't tell you that. I'm like, no. And then like we go in and like Ramona's sitting there, and I forgot who else was there. Like all these housewives are there, and it was like a whole housewives thing. I'm like, you just told me this was like some event. She goes, oh yeah, it's for the housewives. So they're going to be in the cover of this magazine that I'm working with. I'm like, I almost said no about coming out tonight, and I would have missed all this. And I walked by Ramona, and I said, "Oh my God, Ramona, you look so much much prettier in person." And she goes, "You're so kind." And then I didn't realize she was such a Republican bitch and all this. So then now I
Yeah,
feel a little.
she's not very friendly. She's always looking down at the ground when I see her. She's like,
Yeah.
at her phone.
But
Interesting, but
I have a suggestion for you also of another show you should be on and somebody you should meet who lives in New York.
okay.
His name is Aidan Wharton.
Mhm.
He has a podcast called Getting Close.
Okay.
Him and his I'm gonna email or text him or when we hang up from this because he has a show. So I'm giving Aiden a little bit of a plug for his podcast. His podcast started probably like 6 months ago. He's an actor as well. He's doing like in-person interviews with people. He was on I think he was in that movie Fire Island. He's been in a couple of things as an actor. He's friends with all those guys from that movie Fire Island. And he is in an open relationship, and him and his partner talk very openly about it. And they talk about Grindr, and his podcast is phenomenal. He's really hot too.
Yeah.
His partner's hot. I think you should be on his show because I think you would add so much. So I'm gonna shout out. Go to Aiden's podcast, Getting Close.
Yeah.
He just did an interview with the penis doctor. His name is Dr. Chris.
Yeah.
And he did an interview with him, and Dr. Chris was on my show as well.
Yep.
And he brought him on his show. And so there's lots of connections. Everybody's kind of connected. So I want to connect you with Aiden because I think you would be good for his show.
Absolutely. I think I've heard of him actually. I know who Dr. Chris is. So yeah, that'd be great.
I just want to say thank you so much. And my last question for you is, you have amazing skin. What is your skincare routine? Please tell me.
Well, I was using a brand called Exo Cuticles that I love. And Dr. Nicole Martin's brand from Real Housewives in Miami, she created a co-founder. Amazing products. Amazing. It's a little pricey, but it's amazing. So I use a lot of her products. And then there's this other serum that I love from a brand called Clinical Skin.
Okay.
And it's amazing. One of my friends is one of the founders of that. She lives here in New York. And she introduced that to me when she was like shopping it. So I have that. There's this other soap that I use to wash my face. It's like called it's like Cora, I believe.
Okay.
I saw it on Instagram and it got a lot of great comments that people liked it because I'm just not going to buy anything. But the comments were like legit. It's amazing. It's got turmeric in it. You can wash your body with it. I'll send you a link to it. You can wash your face.
Yeah, send me a link.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's lovely. I love it. My husband loves it. And he's funny about products. He's like washing his face with it now. We're going through it like crazy. So
yeah,
at 47, I'm just trying to keep it fresh. Things are changing in your 40s, honey. Like my eyesight, I'm like, girl.
Until you hit your 50s, baby, then it's all different. It's a whole different story. So believe me,
I'm going to be getting all kinds of things sucked, plucked, and tucked when I turn in my 50s.
I just did a microneedling salmon sperm thing, and I'm like, did my second.
Fabulous. Yeah, I'll do microneedling. I've done microneedling at home.
Do the salmon sperm with microneedling after I did in my second. I have one more session to go. After the second one, I'm like, oh my God, this is great. And it's quick healing. After a day, you're okay. Nothing like having sperm on your face. I mean, exactly. And my husband's like, I could have gave this to you for free. I'm like, not. Well, it doesn't sound so bad, but maybe not. Maybe not tonight.
Yeah. Hey, I know I saw that. People are like, oh, this is salmon sperm. I'm like,
yeah, it's great. Well, thank you so much for being on again. I think you're so hysterically funny. Like I love just your whole vibe about you. Your whole aura is amazing. You were even better than I thought you'd be in an interview. So thank you so much for being on, Dr. Lee. If you are not following Dr. Lee, go to the description of this video or podcast. Follow him on Instagram. Follow him on TikTok. He is amazing. His videos are hysterically funny. He's got a great personality, and you're going to love it. So thank you so much for being on. If this episode resonated with you, share it. Be sure to like it and send me and Dr. Lee a DM and tell us what you thought about the episode on Instagram or TikTok. So thanks so much for being on, Dr. Lee.
Awesome. All right, Zach. I'll see ya.